Greetings, Faith family. It's great to be with you once again. You know, I want to tell you a story. One time I was driving down 64th Avenue, and I felt like the Lord prompted in my heart to stop at Walgreens and buy a drink. And I was like checking the voices. I'm like, okay, I guess I'll go over there. I was literally about to just drive on by to go where I was going. But I felt that, that sense. I need to go here. So I pulled into Walgreens, and when I was about to get out of my vehicle, I saw an older woman in a car next to me. And I felt like the Lord prompted me again. This doesn't usually happen to me, but this was a really interesting circumstance. He prompted me again to speak to this woman and tell her that he thinks she is beautiful. Now, she was probably in her 80s and just sitting in her car with her window down. So I got out of the car and I said to her, I was like, hey, this may be a little weird, but I'm a Christian and I felt like God wanted me to share something with you. And that is that he thinks you are beautiful. And I was blown away. This lady started to cry. And she said, you have no idea how meaningful that is to me. I'm just coming home from the hospital. My husband's picking up a prescription. And I just feel so ugly today. And I said, well, God thinks you are so beautiful. And what's really intriguing is that I actually felt like I was supposed to pray for her and that God told me what her name was. Okay, so this is like incrementally getting more weird, right? And so I said to her, I would really love to just pray for you. And this is where I kind of got scared and I decided not to say, I know your name. By the way, I know your name. But I said, what's your name? And I felt like God told me her name was Rosa. And she said, my name is Rosa. And I was like, what? This is crazy. So I was like, amazing. Let me pray for you. I prayed for her. And then I went on into Walgreens to get my drink and go on my way. But it was just interesting because I felt to share with you that God has invitations for you every day. And really, you don't have to make up those invitations. All you need to do is just be available. Be available in case he wants to speak to you, because God will speak to you. However, it's not always with a loud thunder or a lightning bolt or writing on a wall somewhere. Oftentimes, it's a still small voice. And we see here, even Elijah had a similar experience with God, where he had just been very valiant. He killed the prophets of Baal. God showed up in a powerful way. Jezebel threatened his life. He ran away. He's hiding in a cave. And there he came to a cave. This is in 1 Kings chapter 19, starting in verse 9. And it says, and there he came to a cave and lodged in it. And behold, the word of the Lord came to him and said to him, what are you doing here, Elijah? And Elijah said, I have been very jealous for the Lord, the God of hosts. For the people of Israel have forsaken your covenant, thrown down your altars, and killed your prophets with the sword. And even I only am left, and they seek my life to take it away. And he said, go out and stand on the mountain before the Lord. And behold, the Lord passed by, and a great and strong wind tore the mountains and broke it in pieces and rocks before the Lord. But the Lord was not in the wind. And after the wind, an earthquake. But the Lord was not in the earthquake. And after the earthquake, a fire. But the Lord was not in the fire. And after the fire, the sound of a low, gentle whisper. And Elijah heard it. And I want to encourage you. There's a lot of noise happening. God's not necessarily in the noise. He's not necessarily speaking to you through the media, but he is wanting to speak directly to your heart. He promises that those who draw near to him will find him. And I want to encourage you today, listen for the still small voice. Part of that, what that means to do is just say to the Lord, hey God, I'm available today. Whatever you want to do, however you want to use me in our community, just do it. I'm available. And then when he speaks, take the risk and step out and see, maybe it's the Lord. But he's not in the noise. It's a gentle whisper. So, Father, we invite you to speak to us in a gentle whisper kind of way. Tune the ears of our hearts to hear you well. Amen. Well, may you find hope today And may you enjoy the journey of following Jesus and listening for his still small voice.